من الأمانة شو اللي تشير أيام التاكو قاري كرنا فرينت ما حكيت من كنت ذا بعد ودو يكواشتا.
This is Mondo Bancaro from Mondo's World. We will be discussing some interesting subjects. Sometimes I might even have some guests. So please listen to my show on Rainier Avenue Radio.
我哋大家都同意喺華盛頓，我哋嘅道路係最安全嘅。喺現今嘅世界，我哋明白將手機放喺遙不可及嘅地方係一件唔容易嘅事，但係我哋要樹立榜樣，傳播呢個安全信息。喺你駕駛之前，你應該將手機設定為請勿打擾，然後將手機放入手套箱入邊，並且要求你嘅朋友、家人都咁做。當我哋盡自己一份力量嘅時候，道路安全對每個人嚟講會更安全。等我哋一齊安全駕駛到目的地。以上信息嚟自華盛頓交通安全委員會。
God is Rainier Avenue Radio World, your favorite community radio station. We're putting out all kind of inputs for you in your community. So come on and listen to us and tune us in. Get on our Facebook, Instagram, and all. As we're doing it right here for you in your community with Rainier Avenue Radio World. And God is an inspirational gospel music. Also, we're doing a lot of different things in your community. We give out free food. We give out a lot of things in the community. We do a lot of shows. We do a lot of things on the sports part, and we want you to come on out and tune us in and come to the community, and we do a lot of things in your community. So make sure you go to our website, RainierAvenueRadio.world, and also go to the God Is website and look us up and see what we do in your community, something maybe you might like. So come on by and check us out from 11 to 2. Free food giveaway.
Are you a small business owner in Seattle who was impacted by COVID-19? The Seattle Office of Economic Development is investing $8 million to connect small businesses to operating capital. The Small Business Capital Access Program will lower the cost of Washington State Small Business Flex Fund loans by paying down 25% of the loan principal. Eligible small businesses can borrow up to $150,000 with a 4% interest rate to cover expenses like payroll, rent, utilities, and supplies.
Women are not an homogenous group. We face discrimination differently depending on factors such as ethnicity, age, socioeconomic status, and more.
Rainier Avenue Radio is proud to amplify women's voices.
They are the experts of their own lives, initiating conversations within their community about challenges they face, the solutions they're working on, and the opportunities they see.
Please join us this Sunday from 2 to 5 for Women's Voices on Air. We know our challenges. We are the experts of our lives.
We are master multitaskers, prioritizing our family, friends, and our faith above our own needs.
Our needs and voices are too often overlooked.
Welcome to Rainier Avenue Radio in our broadcast of state championship football. The Eastside Catholic Crusaders taking on the Spanaway Lake Sentinels. And this is Eastlake won the Metro League. The Sentinels finished second, actually, in the PCL. There's the kickoff, and the ball goes to Eastside Catholic on the 20. Still just going east and west rather than north and south. So getting to about the 21, and that was Brandon Ganasha Smurthy, if I got that right. For Eastside Catholic. Eastside Catholic will take over at their own 22-yard line. And there's a snap handoff inside. And that'll be back up to about the 25. And that's Brady McKell here at quarterback for Eastside Catholic. 6-foot senior, 185 pounds. Snap a little bit low. McKill here looks, fires to the left side of the field. Pass looks like it's complete. Was it knocked away? And that pass is incomplete. So Zion Jones on the defense there. And I was told to look out for him by the Spanaway Lake coach on defense. That'll make it third now and about 7 to go for a first down on this first opening drive for Eastside Catholic. Kill here gets the snap, looks to the left side. Again, finds a target downfield. That pass is complete. That'll be a pickup of the first down. All the way up to about the 37-yard line. That'll move the change for Eastside Catholic. First down now at their actually 39-yard line. Again, inside handoff, and not a whole lot of room there. And again, defensively for Spanaway Park.
That was Mason Uribe, their leading rusher.
Mason Uribe carried on the ball. He was tackled by TJ Young.
TJ.
Yes, I am. I'm here. Thank you.
Pickup of about a couple yards, Mike. So again, third and long for Eastside Catholic.
Running out of the pistol set.
And is that Uribe in the backfield?
Yeah. Trips right.
Gill here back to pass. No room. He's going to pick up the first down and more. Still on the run all the way down to about the 43-yard line. And Mike, I know you've had a chance to see Eastside Catholic. Tell me offensively what you're thinking about the weapons that Eastside Catholic has.
Quarterback, he's got a good arm. He's also not afraid to run. Again, like I say, they're running a fairly balanced offense.
Encroachment charge against Spanaway Lake. Ball is a result of a 5-yard penalty, now at the 38-yard line.
One thing I noticed, scouting report, that they incorporate the running back, 28 Mason Uribe. I was looking at some of the statistics.
So two backs in the backfield. Kill here in the shotgun. Second back gets the ball met in the backfield by 17 of Spanaway Lake. And that was Zyler Nally Nonog, defensive end, 5'10 freshman, Mike, 202 pounds.
Yeah, he got penetration. He was upfield.
That'll make it second, and they'll give him forward progress. Second down and still about 7 to go.
Right.
For Eastside Catholic. Again, there's the pass. Man, got a receiver down there. Almost shakes free. And that's going to be a nice pickup, about 30 yards, Mike. And that'll be a first down for Eastside Catholic. And the passing game, who was that on the reception, Mike? Did you see?
Trying to figure out who that kid is.
I'm not complaining about the sun being directly in our face.
Oh, that was Carson Miguel here, his brother.
Okay.
Brad's brother.
Miguel here rolls to the right side, looks downfield, looks deep. Man in the corner, but it's caught, but out of the end zone. So incomplete pass. That'll make it still 2nd and 10 from about the 19-yard line for Eastside Catholic.
Watch for some kind of screen action or some kind of a delay. Now they're running out of a pistol set right here.
8:33 to go. Mike Yasutake snap.
Oh, there he goes.
And handoff inside.
Okay.
As the quarterback turned all the way around on either what was misdirection or kind of a broken play, Mike. I don't know.
Yeah, that looked like a direct dive handoff. They might be running off a script, saying they're going to run certain plays, certain situations.
3rd and 9 now for Eastside Catholic. Kel here in the shotgun, one back behind them.
Trips left.
Still 12 seconds on the field clock. There's the snap. McKill here looks to his left, then looks to his right, finds a receiver. Is that Reedy?
Yep.
Into the end zone for a touchdown for Eastside Catholic. And they looked left, Mike, and went back right and hit Uribe, and good blocking, and that's how you draw it up. I think Maribi had to break one tackle.
Looking at their offensive stats, he's got a lot of receiving yards too, so he's their go-to guy too in this situation. Very well executed.
5'10", 180-pound senior Mason Uribe. And the kick is good as well. And Eastside Catholic, with 7:47 left to go in the first quarter, comes out and takes a 7-0 lead. So the scoreboard is wrong. The scoreboard, I think, what does that say, 145-28?
Yeah.
So
yeah, right. That's a little bit off.
7-0.
So basically, Tony, what you just saw was basically their game plan. They're going to run, and then they're going to throw. They're very effective, and they've got a fairly balanced attack. I was looking at some of the statistics. They spread the ball around fairly well too, but Mason Uribe is their leading scorer, but he's also one of their top receivers, so they will use him out of the backfield.
So Eastside Catholic takes the ball on their opening drive, goes 79 yards. Like you said, Mike, a mixture of the run and the pass. The big strikes were the pass, though.
Right.
And, of course, also the touchdown, Mason Uribe. So we're ready for the kick here. It's Adam Jacobs. The kick bounces at the 7-yard line and goes into the end zone, and that makes it an automatic touchback. And so now Spanaway Lake will have the ball for the first time on offense. And, Mike, I had a chance to talk to the coach, one of the assistant coaches, actually, a little earlier. And James Dempsey, the quarterback, is definitely somebody to keep an eye on when you're talking about this team. And
right, he and Darian Clemens. Darian Clemens is only a sophomore. But,
right, Darian Clemens.
Yeah. Now, this is interesting. They come out throwing the ball. Normally, they're a run-heavy team. Looking at their total yards over the season, they're 2-1 run. But this it looks like they're opening it up a little bit.
And they've got Jason Wagner on their team at wide receiver, 5'11", 175, and he's a D1 commit, Mike, to the University of Oklahoma.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, he's their leading receiver. Trips right.
All right, Dempsey. Looked like there might have been some movement. I don't see a flag yet. There's a flag, and there's the pass to the right side, and that's wrapped up. Tanner Condon, actually, but I think they're just going to stop that. Yeah. False start. Left guard looked like he jumped a little early, Mike.
Yeah, he was ahead of the snap, trying trying to get the block set. Thing that we used to tell our kids, if you don't remember the snap count, just go when the ball is snapped. You might be a millisecond behind, but at least you won't be causing us any 5-yard penalties.
So make that 1st and 15 now.
Right.
From just outside the 15-yard line for Spanaway Lake.
Straight pistol set.
Again, pass to the right side. It covered immediately. I can't tell if that was caught or not. Are they calling that a reception? If it is, it's a pickup of about 3. If not, incomplete. So we'll take that back. It's still going to be 3rd and 15 now for Spanaway Lake on this opening drive.
Very interesting, Tony. What they've had 3 plays, and they really haven't given the ball to number 20, the leading rusher. He has 976 yards rushing this season, so he's a big gun.
And that would again be Darian Clemens.
Yes, number 20. Oh, there we go.
So pitch to the right side,
and a
short pickup, maybe a couple. Defended well by Eastside Catholic. That'll make it 4th down. Actually, they give him 5 yards on that play. That'll still make it 4th and 10 now for Spanaway Lake. The Spanaway Lake Sentinels from the Pierce County League playing the Eastside Catholic Crusaders from the Metro League. This is Rainier Avenue Radio World. Excited to be here at Washington Interscholastic Activities Association State Championship High School Football Playoffs, joined by Mike the Younger, Mike Yasutake.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me into, some commentary. One interesting note, Tony, I was looking at the total yards. There's only about a 10, 11-yard difference between Spanaway and Eastside Catholic, and that's amazing. Eastside Catholic, 287 total yards a game, and Spanaway, 273. So that's, 14 point difference, 14 points difference, and 14 yards difference. I said that's really close. But when you look at the rushing for Spanaway Lake, they have 1,700 yards rushing for the season, passing 744, when there's the exact almost opposite for Eastside. Passing is 1,521 yards, and they rush for 1,000. But they do run enough to keep you off guard, which opens up the passing game, which we saw. The receiver right down the middle opens that up for him.
On your commentary and analysis, Mike the Younger. Next game, John the Elder, and that snap is bad, goes all the way into the end zone and finally out of bounds. So bad snap there. And Eastside Catholic is going to get a safety. So Spanaway Lake Sentinels on their first possession. Things don't go their way, Mike. That can't be how you wanted to start against an undefeated number 1 ranked team in the state for 3A.
No, I think it's a case of the nerves, a little bit jittery.
So how much does it difference, Mike, in your opinion, make? You talked about those stats being somewhat even, but Eastside Catholic has been doing that against the Metro League.
Right.
And, of course, Spanaway Lake playing in the Pierce County League. Right. So,
well, let me give you an idea. Eastside Catholic averages 40 points a game, and they only allow 10 a game. But you look at Spanaway, they score 22 points a game, but they allow 17. See the difference, the discrepancy there. So Eastside Catholic scores 40 points a game, and they only allow 10, whereas Spanaway scores 22 points a game, but they allow 17. So there's a discrepancy there. Even though, like I said, the total yardage, they look close. Everybody would think, wow, this is going to be even game. But when you look at a little bit deeper at the statistics and say, this kind of reveals the mindset and, the ability and talent level of one team over the other.
It sounds like Eastside Catholic has been dominating teams.
I would say so based on
40 per game scored, 10 per game allowed.
Yes.
There's the kick.
Yes.
The short kick fielded by Eastside Catholic up to the 50, up to about the 46 flag down, 46, 47 maybe of Spanaway Lake on the return. And so we'll see what this flag is about, and will they'll actually get field position to start their second drive with 6:16 to go. Eastside Catholic Crusaders up 9-0.
Personal foul.
So after the play was over, it was a personal foul, and that is against Spanaway Lake, and that's
They mark off the wrong.
oh, wait a minute.
I guess they marked it off.
No, I was against Eastside Catholic.
Yeah, right.
And that'll back them up back to, that's the big ticket. So that backs them back up to their own 40-yard line where they will start this next drive. So instead of being at just about the 45 of Eastside Catholic, that makes them have to go a little bit longer field.
One in the forefront, 4-5-2.
McGill here. That pass is tipped, intercepted by Spanaway Lake by number 8. Still on his feet on the left side, still on his feet. Stepped out of bounds. And so the pass from McGill here was tipped at the line and grabbed by the Oklahoma recruit Josiah Wagner and returned all the way back down to, I think that's going to be the 32-yard line. Well, Mike, I was just mentioning they had a D1 player on the squad, and that was Josiah Wagner going to the University of Oklahoma, and he comes up with a big play on the tip pass. I didn't see who tipped it, but that's a big play too.
Like you and I and all of the commentators know that two teams are pretty equal, and then or unequal, but it's a matter of breaks, and that was a fortunate play for Spanaway. I should say that was a very great play by that linebacker. Pistol set, trips right.
All right, Spanaway with the ball back again. That's an inside, actually a quarterback keeper.
Right.
And that's going to be enough for the first down for James Dempsey, the quarterback.
That particular play had an option look. It looked like it was going to give to number 20, Darian Clemens, but he kept the ball. So those two are the big guns as far as rushing and points scored.
So they haven't moved the chains yet.
That should be a first. Oh, is there a penalty?
So there must have been some sort of penalty, and they marked it from the spot of the foul.
It was a legal block, push from behind her.
And
that occurred down the field, so they just bring it back 10.
And so that'll make it first down again, but 9 yards to go for a first down. That doesn't happen very often. This time inside handoff. And again, this time they give it to number 20, the freshman, Darian Clemens.
Yeah.
And a nice pickup there. That'll make it second and about 6.
Between those two, they score about 60% of the. They do 60% of the scoring for Spanaway.
So Dempsey Again, this is another bad snap. This goes all the way back to the 35. Dipsy tries to fall on it, doesn't fall on it. Ball is loose and picked up by Eastside Catholic. Eastside Catholic, if this stands, will have another touchdown. Disaster for Spanaway Lake. Taken advantage of by Eastside Catholic. And it's official. And Mike, what a turn of events at Spanaway Park. Looks like they found something moving the football. Another bad snap. And I know John the Elder and we talk about this a lot. The snap.
Right. Just basic stuff. Basic fundamentals. That was looked like that was number 80, Skylar Schutte on the recovery end.
It looks like we got a player down.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, the thing that we found out as coaches, very little time is spent on special teams. Now that was back in the day. I know they've addressed that situation, but one of the things that we always emphasized was special teams. Snapping the ball, punting, kickoffs. Lining up correctly, covering your lanes. So all those are basic stuff that you've got to go over and over and over again. And this stage of the season, just surprised to see they're having these many issues.
There is a penalty flag down on that play.
So there is a penalty flag down.
Waved off. It's waved off.
Okay, no penalty. So that will make it 15-0. With 5:04 here to go in the first quarter in favor of Eastside Catholic, the Crusaders, the undefeated #1 ranked team 3A in the state, Eastside Catholic Crusaders.
Score is 153-28. So
on the scoreboard.
Yeah, right. They haven't corrected that yet.
So they are lining up.
2 point.
But the field clock has not started yet. And everybody's just kind of standing around. Yeah. You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio. It's me, Tony B. We are at Leon H. Brigham Field, Memorial Stadium. A nice, bright sunlight, beautiful day for football. There's the snap as they're going for 2. And McKill here hands the ball off inside, stopped, cut short of the conversion. John, nice play. Looked like there was a lane there. Excuse me, Mike.
Yeah, that closed down pretty quick. Yeah.
So that'll make it 15 still. $15-0, Eastside Catholic over Spanaway Lake. And I'm going to take a break here and go to Mr. Daniel Bellis to let us know what's been happening here as the weekend of the Final 16.
Yes, sir. As we throw the bracket there on the screen real quick, that is one half of the bracket. 3 games have been played yesterday. O'Day moving on with an easy win over Peninsula, 42-28. They will face Stanwood, who defeated Mount Spokane yesterday, 24-14. That game will be either the 18th or the 19th. O'Day versus Stanwood. And Ferndale moved on, defeating Kelso in a blowout, 44-14. They will play the winner of this game.
All right. So that's Ferndale, right, Ms. Bellis?
That is the Westco champion Ferndale Eagles.
Westco champion Ferndale Eagles await the outcome of this game between Spanaway Lake and Eastside Catholic. Eastside Catholic up 15-0 with 5:04 here to go in the first quarter. A touchdown off of a nice drive of 79 yards. Safety off of, again, Mike, a bad snap. And then another blown snap ends up in a recovery and a touchdown. The ball almost bobbled by Spanaway Lake on the return, and finally they do get it up to about the 27, 28-yard line. And Mike, you think this is nerves, huh?
Yeah, right now it's they're shell shocked actually. It's interesting. What the coach has got to do is settle them into something that they're familiar with. Give the ball to number 20, or have Dempsey, the quarterback, keep it, or look for some short passes. They have a leading receiver on that team, so it's just a matter of just getting your composure.
First down, 10 to go for the Sentinels.
All right, first down now for Spanaway Lake at their 28-yard line. Snap a little to the left. And a nice run up the middle there from Dempsey. Again, on first down, a nice play from Spanaway Lake. Now down 15-0. So, Mike, do you change what you do now at all, down 15-0 in the first quarter?
Not necessarily. You have an opportunity to do some of the things that you've had success with. But again, right here, it's just a mindset. You've got trips right.
Second down and a yard to go. Again, quarterback keeper stopped in the backfield, ends up getting away, picks up the first down and a couple more. And that was Wagner.
Yeah, they've got him
in the Wildcat.
Right, they got him, and Dempsey is out on the flank. So that's interesting. They went to that wrinkle.
And Wagner goes back to the sideline. Again, the University of Oklahoma, already with one interception in this game, recruit. Zion Jones is also from Spanaway Lake, is a D1 school. He's committed to Eastern Washington, so got some talent on this Spanaway Lake team.
Yep. Dempsey James is back in at quarterback, and you have Darian Clemens in the backfield with pistol. Trips right.
James back in the quarterback.
James with the inside handoff. And again, the sophomore stopped short, and it looks like Eastside Catholic knows who this guy is because he was swarmed.
Tyson Weaver led the pack there. Tyson Weaver. Yeah, they're going to key on him. They're going to key on him until Spanaway proves that they can open it up a little bit. So again, same thing, Tony, like we talked about. They're going to go back to their bread and butter, the things that got them here. Wagner.
So it looks like we've got a timeout now for Spanaway Lake with 3:04 here to go in the first quarter. 15-0. Eastside Catholic Crusaders on top of the Spanaway Lake Sentinels. Mr. Bellis, are we going to go to commercial break, or you got a report for us?
So we can look at the other side of the bracket real quick. And as we pull that up on the screen, you see that Bellevue currently at the half is blowing out Westco opponent Meade 41-3. They will play the winner of Lincoln versus Monroe, which kicks off in about half an hour here. Lincoln, the Pierce County champions this year, and also an undefeated team playing against Monroe out of the Westco. Rainier Beach will be live on Rainier Avenue Radio next at 4 p.m. They're taking on Kennewick. They play the winner of top-seeded Yelm versus Southridge, which is also out of the MCC, same league as Kennewick.
So 2nd and 10 now. 4 receivers to the right side. Again, that Wildcat formation. Wagner with the ball, caught in the backfield. And that's going to be dropped for a loss of about 2 more. That'll make it 3rd and about 12. Mike, so that didn't work.
No, it's kind of interesting that they're bringing him in, the number 8, Josiah Wagner, running kind of a different wrinkle. I don't know if that's a desperation or concession, but This is only the first quarter. They're only 2 scores down.
So third down, about 12 to go. Again, 3 receivers to the left. Looking, nobody open. There's some green in front of him. Shakes a couple defenders, picks up the first down, and Dempsey James did that all on his own.
Everybody was locked on receivers downfield. He made a good choice to run. Again, he's the second leading rusher for Spanaway.
Right now, the offense is basically Dempsey James.
Dempsey James, yep.
Mike, for Spanaway Lake, but the first down with 1:49 here to go. Spanaway Lake lining up again. James rolls to the right side, looks downfield, a lot of green in front of him. Throws to a wide open receiver. Ball is caught wide open, stepping out of bounds.
Penalty flag.
Did you see the number of that player?
No, he was too far across the field. My old eyes.
I'm thinking it might have been Wagner. But they are backing this up. All for naught. So instead of first down and goal to go at about the 5-yard line, this will be first and 20. Excuse me, first and 30. Well, they're saying officially 29, but that looks like 30 to me. So Dempsey James rolls again to the right side, looks for somebody downfield, throws the pass up. I can't tell if that was complete or not.
Yeah, referees marked it.
And so that is a completion. That will help a little bit.
Tanner Condon on that reception there.
Thank you, Jay Yeezy. What is that? When you mimic the thing and somebody has to say it and guess what it is? What's that?
Yeah. Ventriloquism or...
Anyway, off to the left side, and then finally some running room. And again, a pickup of about 5 yards. So they got almost 20 of that 30 yards back.
11 yards to go for first.
Again, Darian Clemens with a pickup of about 10 yards. Third and about 11 to go. Ball on the 46 of Eastside Catholic.
They're gonna roll James out probably on this play where he has a run pass option, trips right.
James rolls to the right. Good protection, breaks down. James now in trouble. James with the ball, fires the pass downfield and basically just throws it away. And this is going to make it 4th and 11 now. Ball at the 46 of Eastside Catholic, and it looks like Spanaway Lake is going to punt this away.
And this is the most exciting portion of the game, 4th down, when it involves punting or snapping the ball. We'll see. Hopefully, they'll get this off.
So Spanaway Lake lines up at least as if though they'll kick the ball. And we'll have a timeout on the field just prior to the ball being snapped. And a delay of game call, the field clock expired. So that'll move it back another 5 yards. And Mike, there's in this first quarter, Spanaway Lake has tripped all over themselves. So again, there's a snap. Bobbled a little bit. Kick is not too deep.
Partially blocked. Might have been partially blocked, it looked like.
And doesn't really take a Spanaway Park roll, and so it'll be downed at the 34-yard line. It was bouncing back towards the direction that Eastside Catholic will be heading when they take on offense, so they downed it. If they bounce back at about the 34-yard line, Eastside Catholic will take over. That ends up being a punt of 13 yards. Well, you know, counting the penalty, yeah, maybe 18 yards, but
that looked like Skylar Shute was in there, partially tipping that punt.
so Eastside Catholic will start this drive with 16 seconds left on their own 34-yard line. Mikhail here rolls to the left side, fires to a receiver. Ball is dropped, and that'll be incomplete.
Gabe Hoffman is one of their top receivers. He's the tight end. Gabe Hoffman, number 88.
That'll make it 2nd and 10 now. Looks like Richie Fatuali Alifua in the backfield. And a pickup of a few yards, maybe 3. That'll make it 3rd down and about 7. And in this situation before, Mike, Eastside Catholic has went to the pass and been successful.
Yeah, I look for something. Like I said, they only got 7 yards to go. They could like I said, they could look for their tight end. They have a very good receiving tight end, Gabe Hoffman, and he's the 3rd leading receiver on the team.
And so that'll be it. 0-0 on the clock at the end of the first quarter. 15 for Eastside Catholic, 0 for Spanaway Lake, the Crusaders and the Sentinels. We know that because the scoreboard now says 125-28. And we're going to go to Daniel Bellis, and we'll get an update again if we might go back to the brackets. Mr. Bellis, what do you have?
Yeah, as earlier yesterday, there were a few games that got played, and O'Day moving on with an easy win over Peninsula. They take on the Stanwood out of Westco, who some would say would be an upset as an 11th seed, but Stanwood's been a top 10 team all year long and easily defeating Mount Spokane 24-14. That game will happen next weekend, Stanwood versus O'Day. Ferndale, Westco champions, easy win over Kelso, dropping them. They will play the winner of this game.
McKell here gets kind of a low snap, looks to the middle, in trouble in the backfield and sacked, and he's going to be sacked for a loss of about 5, maybe 6 yards.
Looking at they had one high safety, Spanaway did, but all the receivers were pretty well covered. So it was a good choice for him to have to eat the ball.
So they haven't moved. Do we have a penalty?
Ineligible down the field.
Penalty is declined. Ineligible receiver downfield, that's declined. They'll take the sack. So I believe this is the first time that Eastside Catholic is punted.
Right. Short punt.
It's another short punt.
Good field position for Spanaway.
And Spanaway is going to get great field position. You talked about special teams earlier, Mike, and as a result of this, where Spanaway Park at 18 yards on a punt, they come back. Eastside Catholic takes the ball they end up shanking a punt. Or do we? What's going on here? Do we have a penalty flag? So it looks like there is a penalty on the field. Nope. Okay, it is going to be first down now for Spanaway Park at about the 31-yard line. Three receivers to the right. Dempsey James with Clemens in the backfield, pitches to Clemens, throws it back to James. James grabs it, and Eastside Catholic has that kind of bottled up. So James throws it back to Clemens. Clemens throws it back to James, but Eastside Catholic is all over that.
They reacted that very well. At this point, maybe they're looking for momentum changers, looking for things that will disrupt their Eastside Catholic defense. So that was interesting.
Interesting, yes, Mike. And they have had a couple of plays where Clemens has gotten a few yards, James has gotten a few yards, but they just haven't been able to put it all together and sustain the drive. James now looks deep in the backfield, sprints out to his right side, outruns people, has some green, closing the gap now, fires a pass, and that's going to go out of bounds. And James just under pressure and really getting rid of the ball right there.
They're not doing anything. They're not blitzing. They're just basically running their forefront. But they're getting so much penetration. It's disrupting Spanaway Lake's offensive flow. They can't get anything going.
That'll be third down at about 9 now.
Too deep for Eastside Catholic. Got trips right for Spanaway.
Dempsey James. Those a screen pass, and again, bottled up, stays on his feet to pick up a couple more yards. And that was Zion Jones. Again, I mentioned 6'3", senior who's going to play D1 ball over at Eastern Washington. That'll be fourth down. It picks up, and I thought they were in 4-down territory with the score 15-0. So it looks like they're going for it, Mike, on fourth down and about 7 yards to go.
All of the passes thus far are going to the sideline, which doesn't give the receiver a chance to get upfield. If they look for their little curl route, little hook for the tight end, that might open up for him.
James in the shotgun. Steps back, looks to his side, left side, the pass. That pass is either intercepted, but definitely knocked down.
Incomplete.
And that was a little short. We had a receiver there for a minute.
That's one of the few times I've seen Dempsey James go down the field, other than that long pass that was brought back on a penalty. But most of the time they're trying to do pass it to the boundaries, which Eastside Catholic really reacts well. They come up and make tackles.
And I'm just wondering how much that arm injury, I was told that Dempsey James had an arm injury from last game, is affecting him, because that pass was really short.
Yeah, it was. The other problem is he's getting happy feet back there because he's not getting time to throw. He's getting pressured a lot.
Eastside Catholic, two backs in the backfield. Handoff over the right side. I believe that was Mason Uribe.
Yep. The thing about getting pressure, you get happy feet, but then sometimes you end up in your clock, and turn the clock, you start hurrying things when you don't need to. So it just works in the favor of the defense because of the pressure they're putting on. So they just have to settle down, get a couple of things that work for them.
Mike, I am not complaining about this sun, even though it's blinding me. But
yeah.
It is a beautiful sunny day here at Memorial Stadium in Seattle, Washington. There's a snap, a collision, ball's on the ground. I think the Eastside Catholic player was able to recover it.
That was an interesting formation. Looked like power left.
That's going to be a loss of 5 yards. That'll make it third and about 13 now after Eastside Catholic puts the ball on the ground. But they do recover.
Yep. Passing formation, they got trips right, double tandem left. And he can run.
Miguel here calls for the ball, gets a snap in the shotgun, looks downfield, has some running room, throws a pass downfield. It is picked off, and again, an interception. Darius Thomas has the interception. 2 receivers down there. Darius Thompson got up, high-pointed that ball, and grabbed it out of the air, didn't wait for it. And once again, Spanaway Lake Sentinels come up with an interception. So that's 2 on the day now as Miguel here tried to go deep. Had 2 receivers down there, and the ball was too short for one of them and not enough air underneath it for the other one.
Yeah, that was played very well by Darius Thomas.
Yes, he did. He was able to cover 2 receivers and come up with the interception.
So you have to wonder, the receivers coach offensive, why were 2 receivers in the same area? It shouldn't have been. We'll see what Spanaway can do here.
Sideline warning has been issued to Eastside Catholic.
Okay. Running a forefront. They got a forefront here.
So with 9:20 left in the first half, still 15-0, Eastside Catholic. Spanaway Lake again with the ball. Dempsey James on a designed quarterback run may pick up 1.5 yards.
That's Wagner again in the backfield. I guess they're alternate. Look like no, Dempsey James is split out left. We got trips left.
So Wagner in the backfield with the green shoes on.
Right.
Clemens in motion. Wagner in the backfield avoids one group, and he's met at the line of scrimmage and runs into a wall of Eastside Catholic players.
Poor snap again caused the timing to be off. And that was a good, solid tackle.
So Dempsey James slides back into the quarterback role with 3rd and 8. Wagner over near us to the near side. 4 receivers to the far side.
Yep. Far left.
Wagner one-on-one down here at the bottom. James rolls
incomplete
to the left side and throws an incomplete pass, and that'll make it 4th down. And so again, another punting situation here for Spanaway Lake, as they did come up with the big interception, but Mike, they're not able to do anything with it.
No, they part of that was a bad snap, and for some reason they, like you said, might be an injury to Dempsey James that they're running Wagner from the Wildcat formation. So I don't know. That might be something we have to, look at for second half too.
So everybody looks like they're trying to block this punt. Only one man back for Eastside Catholic, and they throw a pass, and the pass is short, and he fell down, and that will be a downed ball. Was wide open, perfect time for that, Mike, and just couldn't get enough air under the football.
Yep.
And that'll be a turnover too. On downs.
Right. It's like you try trick plays and they don't work. Sometimes they end up putting you in the hole. They're just like everything they seem to be doing is just out of sync.
But they caught Eastside Catholic selling out for the block.
Right.
They got the man open, but just couldn't get the ball to him.
Yeah, and the snap got back there, which was good. So, but just the execution, pistol formation.
First down from Spanaway Lake Park, 30-yard line, and a big play there by Spanaway Lake's Darius Hawkins to drop Eastside Catholic for a loss on that play.
Number 3 is Jaden Reyes for Eastside Catholic. He's one of their leading receivers too. He's a junior.
And that was just a good play by Darius Hawkins.
He reacted very well.
And he, being blocked, was able to fight through the block and still make that play on Jaden Reyes.
Penalties against the Crusaders.
Penalties decline.
Play stays as executed.
Second down.
2nd and 5 now from the 45 for Eastside Catholic in the Spanaway Lake Sentinel side of the field. There's a snap. McGill here drops the screen off to Uribe. And Uribe out, picks up maybe 2, 3. Looked like he was going to get more on that, Mike.
Yeah, like I said, when I looked at some of the statistics, he's one of the receivers when he's a back coming out of the backfield. I think he had as long as 70 yards receiving and running.
3rd and about 13 now from Miguel here.
Right, trips right. Pistol.
4-man rush. Fires a pass. Caught.
Catch.
Going to be a little bit short of the first down, but nice catch there.
That's their tight end, Gabe Hoffman, number 88.
Gabe Hoffman takes the hit, holds on to the ball, and looks like Eastside Catholic is going to, on 4th down, go for this. That's about 3, maybe a long 3.
That could be a run pass option.
Spanaway Lake on defense, not really looking set. Finally, there's a snap directly to Uribe and a penalty. And that's going to be against Eastside Catholic. So that'll make it 4th and, instead of 4th and a long 3, 4th and a long 8.
The young man that just caught that pass for Eastside Catholic, Gabe Hoffman, tight end, he's a senior. He's 6'6", 245. That would be somebody I would be going to quite a bit. Just his reach. Yeah. Looks like a very solid player.
And so that's enough to make Eastside Catholic go a little bit more conservatively. The nice rush there was almost blocked, and that kick's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at the 24-yard line. So with 6:51 here to go, Eastside Catholic still pitching a shutout over the Spanaway Lake Sentinels, 15-0. Spanaway Lake will take over on the 24-yard line. Mike, so after a pretty big first quarter, this second quarter, we've just seen a lot of punting the ball. Seemed like Spanaway Lake has, once they cut out the mistakes, they've been able to play head-up football with Eastside Catholic.
They're matching up with that.
Inside handoff to Clemens. Clemens breaks through the middle. Clemens still on his feet. Clemens all the way up to the 42-yard line. That was straight up the gut.
That was, I was expecting something like that. Coach, going back to the basic, but the success you've had all season, why would you, move away from that? And like I said, number 4 and number 20 are their big guns.
So in the first quarter, Eastside Catholic looked like they might run away with this. After that 16-yard pickup by Clemens. Look at him holding that ball a little loosely right there.
Right.
And Dempsey James carrying that ball like a loaf of bread, but does hang on to it, picks up a yard, nowhere to go.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him tuck that one and make sure you secure the football.
Right. And if you've gone to the store and seen the price of bread.
Oh, bread these days, huh?
I think I put 2 hands on it.
Man, and don't let it be Cheetos or corn chips.
Yeah.
2nd and 9 Again, James Rose finds a receiver at the screen, breaks one tackle, kinda, but the second tackler is there and going to be thrown down. So that's going to be a very short pickup of maybe about a yard to make it third down. And again, Eastside Catholic's defense, they'll give Spanaway Lake, I won't say give, Spanaway Lake will have a play here or there, and that's either by James or Clemens. And
they're keying up on them, but penalty.
Uh-oh.
Personal foul.
A personal foul, and that's the big ticket, 15 yards. Mike, I didn't see what happened. Did you see what happened?
It was during the tackling down on the sideline. The reason why Spanaway Lake is still in this game is because of the penalties that Eastside Catholic are incurring on themselves. Because it's like you said, it could have started as a blowout.
Ball at the 42 of Eastside Catholic now. Dempsey James gets the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Ball's still on the ground. Ball is still on the ground. They're kicking it around. It's soccer.
Spanaway got it, number 12.
Ball recovered by Spanaway.
Rex Graydon. Number 12, Rex Graydon. See, this is the thing, Tony. How can you mount a consistent offense? How can you move the ball consistently when you've got mishandled pitches, mishandled long snaps, shotgun formation? The kid Wagner, he got a bad snap. So it throws the timing off. Everything is out of sync for them, except the penalties on Eastside Catholic. That's probably the most consistent thing.
And they're not going to give them the forward progress, that forward fumble. They're going to take it back to the original line of scrimmage. This time, handoff inside. Once again, that play works pretty good. Darius Clemens.
Yep. Right over a left guard. Just took the ball and just went straight up the field. He's only a sophomore, but I see a lot of good qualities in him. He gets up to the hole, and he keeps his vision, keeps his head looking downfield.
Darian Clemens, pretty successful. Another handoff inside, and Spanaway Lake running right at Eastside Catholic, Mike.
Right, that was Laren Page. Sophomore, also a sophomore, 5'8", 160. So they found something that might be working for them. They do this a couple of times. A play action pass might set itself up.
Third and about 6.5.
Yeah, trips right.
Dempsey James looks to the left side, has a receiver over there, turns, will pick up the first down.
Wagner.
And Wagner out of bounds after the pickup. Josiah Wagner, the D1 University of Oklahoma recruit.
That's fantastic.
And we've been mentioning his name a lot.
Yeah.
Offensively and defensively.
Right. He's shown his versatility from being in the Wildcat, but also as a receiver, which is his main position. Boomer Sooner.
And an interception as a DB. That's on right. Defense.
That's right. Oh, nice tackle.
Still on his feet for a little pickup there. As Yasutaki the Elder would say, positive yards.
Still don't like the way he's carrying the ball out there. It's he's been getting away with it, but
it's gonna catch up with him. Yeah. Dempsey James carrying that ball like a loaf of bread for 5 yards. 2nd and 5 now. This time the inside handoff to Clemens. Tries to go around the left side. His inside, there was nothing doing, didn't have a lane, and he'll be stopped. Did manage to get it maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll make it 3rd and about 5. Rainier Avenue Radio.world. I'm sorry, Mike.
What I was going to just mention, they're spreading them out, but they're not taking advantage of that. When they're spreading out the defense, they're not able to get the ball upfield.
3rd and 5 for the first down, maybe 6. Again, the ball on the ground. Dempsey James running for his life, retreats, fires a pass out of bounds. Caught, actually, before it went out of bounds.
That had interception written all over it until Wagner came all the way back. Dempsey James should give him a Big Mac after the game.
And so they're going to say they are going to say he did catch that.
Yeah.
They'll make it 4th down and 10. Yeah. And so will they go for a field goal? Doesn't look like it. It's only 15-0. 4th and down to about the 8 for a first down.
Well, they got trips right. They're timeout.
And I think we're going to get a timeout here as they're going to think about this first down. And I think that's about 18 yards to go for a touchdown. 10 will get you down to about the 8 for a first down.
Right.
You are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.World, our broadcast of high school football, WIAA State Championship football, right here at Leon H. Brigham Field Memorial Stadium. Mr. Daniel Bellis, any news?
Yeah, that Bellevue and Meade game has moved into the final quarter of play. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, 1 touchdown for Meade makes it 41-10 now. So the Bellevue Wolverines, with 1 quarter to play, look like they will definitely be moving on into that 2nd round to possibly defend their last year's championship. And they await the winner of Lincoln versus Monroe, which will actually just kicked off. Also, Yelm versus Southridge also just kicked off.
And that state championship game was between Bellevue and Kennewick, who will be here to play Rainier Beach right after this game at 4 o'clock. Bellevue winners last year, WIAA 3A champions, 17-13 over Kennewick, and Bellevue again continues to march on. There's a pass into the end zone, and that doesn't find anybody. So that opportunity by Spanaway Lake will come up empty as Eastside Catholic holds.
I was looking at the young man Wagner. He was wide open. He was crossing left to right, from left to right. He was open in the end zone, but Dempsey didn't see him. Dempsey was looking right at the corner, or what we call post corner route, and he missed Wagner, who was dragging across right in the end zone, wide open.
So 1:37 left here in the half. Eastside Catholic on top, 15-0. Could be worse. Inside handoff for Uribe as Eastside Catholic keeps the ball on the ground at a little bit short of a first down.
They don't have to do anything fancy here. Just basically run the clock out.
And that clock continues to run. 1:20 left here to go. There's a snap again. The handoff inside falls down this time, and that'll be a loss, or maybe back to the line of scrimmage. No, that's going to be a loss. That'll make it 3rd and about 12.
Quentin McClurkin was the one responsible for that. He shot in and tripped up Uribe.
54 seconds here to go in the half. Another handoff inside.
Not much.
And again, Spanaway Lake making the stop. That'll make it 4th down, and we clock still rolling. No timeout, 37.
Yeah, looks like he lost the yard with the stick back.
So it look like both teams are content to let this clock run out and try to get next half. As Spanaway Lake will be receiving the ball to start the second half. Clock down to 4, 3, the field clock down to 2, down to 1, and they let that expire all the way down. Now 4 seconds left in the game,
Timeout.
or excuse me, in the half. And
Eastside called timeout with 4 seconds on the game clock. the 25-second clock had expired. But now I would say, if I was a coach, this would be the play, a trick play, but not with 4 seconds and not where you're in your own end of the field. Just down it. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Spanaway Lake needs to make. I think basically they just got the jitters out of their system, realized that they can hang with this team. You know, they're only 2 scores down. And again, they haven't been playing that bad, but just like we had said, Tony, those little things, the mishandled snaps, the fumbles, you know, all of those problems. And then Eastside Catholic, again, is the one that's keeping Spanaway Lake in the game because of their penalties and mistakes. So
one snap, as you mentioned, Mike, over the head on the goal line, goes into the end zone and out of the back of the end zone for a safety for Eastside Catholic.
Yes.
The next snap goes over the head. He will dive on the ball. It pops loose. Nobody can grab it. Finally, Eastside Catholic player does and scores a touchdown. And
yeah, it's like the 2 mishap plays, 9 points. You know, this would be a 6-0 game. So we'll see how this.
And with 4 seconds left, looking downfield, decides to keep it, runs around, runs a timeout, and a little risky there.
That was dangerous because the only person open on that side was the Spanaway Lake player.
And so 0-0's on the clock at halftime.
Yeah.
Eastside Catholic Crusaders 15, Spanaway Lake Sentinels 0. We're going to take it to Mr. Daniel Bellis for your halftime update. I'm Tony B. Me and Yastaki the Younger, Mike, will be back for your second half action.
All right, live here at the half with Eastside Catholic Crusaders leading Spanaway Lake Sentinels 15-0 with a game that Eastside Catholic Crusaders should be up by a lot more, but they just haven't been put in the end zone as much as a lot of folks thought they would. But Spanaway has yet to make any points on that board there for you. But we are at the half. I'm Daniel Bellis here, holding things down for you for the next couple of minutes or so before we get to our commercial break. But we're going to give you a quick little update on the state bracket of 2022. Yeah, the state round of 16 bracket of 2022. And yes, sir, you can see the games that were played yesterday, and those being wins for both O'Day and Mount and Stanwood. O'Day winning that one handily 42-28. Moving on to the second round, or the round of 8, if you will. That'll be on either November 18th or 19th. Which will be more than likely hosted right here at Memorial Stadium as they host Stanwood out of the Westco, who won by a couple of touchdowns over Mount Spokane, 24-14 in that one right there, which will be either next Friday or Saturday here at Memorial Stadium. Maybe on Rainier Avenue Radio. If it is, you will find out. So make sure you follow us on our YouTube and our Facebook channels, Rainier Avenue Radio, and we will keep you posted on if we are covering that game or not. Also, Ferndale winning yesterday in a blowout win over Kelso out of the Greater St. Helens, 44-14, effectively eliminating the Greater St. Helens from the championship this year. Ferndale winning that one out of the Westco champions. Await the winner of this game between Spanaway and Eastside Catholic, which here at the half. On the other side of the bracket, games just starting to get in progress, other than Bellevue and Meade, who are sitting at the end of the third quarter at our last report from that game. Bellevue easily over Meade right now, 41-10. This If the score holds as we all expect it to be, this will effectively eliminate the Greater Spokane League from any championship contention, as Meade will be falling down as Mount Spokane also did. Just kicking off, Lincoln and Monroe. Monroe actually grabbing first blood in that game with the first touchdown, driving in and grabbing 6 points. They missed the extra point, though, and lead the Lincoln Abes 6-0. So the undefeated Lincoln Abes trailing early in the first quarter against Monroe out of the Westco. And Yelm growling first blood, top-seeded over Southridge with the first touchdown, 6-0. They actually went for 2 and missed. So it's 6-0 Yelm over Southridge there in that game. And our second game on Rainier Avenue Radio will be Kennewick versus Rainier Beach. They will play the winner of that game between Yelm and Southridge, as that is currently in progress. Earlier on, I believe there is 9 minutes left in the first quarter for that Yelm-Southridge game. And the Lincoln Monroe game is also similarly with 9 minutes left in the first quarter as well. All right, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to pay a couple of bills and we'll be right back. Here from the half, Eastside Catholic 15, Spanaway 0. And we'll also report for you the all-team Metro right after these messages.
Overlooked. Please join us this Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. for Women's Voices on Air.
We tell our stories in our own way.
Rainier Avenue Radio. Rainier Avenue Radio.
Rainier Avenue Radio.
Thông điệp này được gửi đến bạn bởi Bộ Y tế Công cộng Seattle và quận King, Bộ Y tế Washington Chapter AAP và Wilson Ridge. Cho dù lớp học của bạn ở đâu, dù trực tiếp hay trực tuyến, tiêm chủng định kỳ sẽ bảo vệ cho con của bạn tránh khỏi các bệnh nghiêm trọng như bệnh sởi, quai bị và thủy đậu. Và chúng giữ cho con của bạn được an toàn, khỏe mạnh và phát triển. Nếu cần trợ giúp tìm nhà cung cấp, hãy vào trang parenthelp123.org hoặc gọi đường dây nóng Help Me Grow Washington ở số 1-800-322-2588.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not stopping a Mercer Island street brawl, I'm listening to RainierAvenueRadio.world. I'm Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not hearing men compare women to residential real estate, I'm listening to RainierAvenueRadio.world.
Ở Washington, hầu hết chúng ta đều đồng ý rằng con đường dẫn đến sự an toàn nhất là khi chúng ta đặt điện thoại ra khỏi tầm tay. Nhưng điều đó không dễ làm, vì vậy hãy lan truyền thông điệp và làm gương. Trước khi bạn lên đường, đặt điện thoại của bạn vào hộp đựng găng tay, gài đặt nó với không làm phiền. Yêu cầu bạn bè và gia đình của bạn cũng làm như vậy. Bởi vì khi tất cả chúng ta đều làm phần việc của mình, sẽ tạo ra con đường an toàn hơn cho tất cả mọi người. Chúng ta hãy cùng nhau đến đó. Một thông điệp từ Ủy ban An toàn Giao thông Washington.
This is Big Poppy, host of Jazz from the Cabinets. Join me each week for a listening tour of the first century of jazz, an eclectic mix of Dixieland, big band, cool jazz, bebop, contemporary jazz, world jazz, all jazz in all forms. That's Jazz from the Cabinets with Big Poppy on Rainier Avenue Radio, streaming worldwide on RainierAvenueRadio.world.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not translating the lyrics of Boogie Oogie Oogie for bored Europeans, I'm listening to RainierAvenueRadio.world.
Greetings. This is your host, DJ Neftali, RainierAvenueRadio.world, the best DJ in the Seattle area. You can catch me every Monday at 8 p.m. on YouTube. Like I said, this is DJ Neftali, the best reggae in Seattle, Washington, the best radio station, Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Mom, right?
Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station will provide you with more information. Rainier Avenue Radio.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not shouting "Badia" at city council meetings, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Hey, Seattle, Shop the Beat is back. Shop the Beat supports the economic recovery of small businesses, local musicians, and neighborhoods throughout Seattle. This program matches small retail businesses with local musicians to host free in-store performances during peak shopping hours to help increase foot traffic and sales for retailers and provide competitive pay for musicians who were significantly impacted by the pandemic. The City of Seattle Office of Economic Development is currently accepting applications from musicians and small businesses who are interested in participating. Apply for Shop the Beat at seattle.gov/economic development. Applications in December 1st.
Different rules apply when it gets this late. You know what I mean? It's like after hours.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
Hello, I'm an unpaid spokesman for DJ Sotovaci. I'd like to invite you to listen to his free-form music show. It's popular music the way it was never intended to be heard. Whatever gets you through the night, late nights, here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Whatever gets you through the night.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not helping bad girls set up their websites, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Has your small business experienced property damage? Apply for the Storefront Repair Fund to receive a $2,000 grant to help cover storefront repair costs. The Seattle Office of Economic Development is investing nearly $2 million to help businesses recover from the economic impacts caused by damages to their storefronts. Grants will help cover costs such as broken windows, broken doors, broken locks, and etching on windows. Applications will remain open until all funding is awarded. Application assistance is available in multiple languages at 206-684-8090. For more information and to apply for the Storefront Repair Fund, go to seattle.gov/economic development.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not using my GPS to navigate the land of 1,000 dances, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Women Empowerment Talk Radio, your roadmap to business success. Tune in every Sunday at 3 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, providing resources and sharing motivational experiences from the everyday entrepreneur. Tune in Women Empowerment Talk Radio every Sunday, 3 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Почти никто не будет спорить, что дороги в нашем штате могут стать более безопасными, если при вождении телефоны будут вне досягаемости. Но сделать это не так просто, поэтому подайте пример. Уберите телефон в бардачок, переключите его в режим «Не беспокойте» и попросите родных и друзей сделать то же самое. Потому что, когда каждый из нас внесет свою лепту в это общее дело, дороги станут более безопасными для всех. Мы можем добиться этого только совместными усилиями. Это было сообщение от Комиссии по безопасности на транспорте штата Вашингтон.
我们大家都同意，在华盛顿，我们的道路是最安全的。在现今的世界，我们明白将手机放在遥不可及的地方是一件不容易的事情，但我们需要树立榜样，传播这个安全信息。在你驾驶之前，你应该把手机设定为请勿打扰，然后将手机放入手套箱里面，并且要求你的朋友和家人一样。当我们尽自己的一份力量时，道路对每个人来说更安全。让我们一起安全到达目的地。以上讯息来自华盛顿交通安全委员会。
I'm Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not cooking up a batch of my famous wood-flavored chicken, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Have you ever went over a friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good?
Kind of nonsense conversation we're having here.
The Neon Ghost Show. The Neon Ghost Show. Right here on Rainier
Wait, what's it? RainierAvenueRadio.world.
Right about now.
RainierAvenueRadio.world. I am so tired. I have to pee.
Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station.
This is Cindy Bray, the host of Heartbeat Radio.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star
This
Time.
is Paul Schneiderman today on the 73rd edition.
Hey,
of
y'all,
Sports
welcome to
Rainier
Travelers
Avenue
Guide to
Radio.
Venus and Mars and Princess Robin.
Mothers. You guys know me.
Your home for information about the impact of the
And amongst many things that's difficult about this virus is that it's
been devastating. They're really heartbreaking stories of people who have.
There isn't anyone that isn't impacted.
Shutting our schools down, including all athletic programs.
Your first-hand accounts.
The idea took to Texas, and I'm so proud that I was
A lot of people who know me, I'm still the first person they know.
But it was almost like you were patient zero for South Seattle. Your stories of community coming together.
partnered very heavily with Tacoma Urban League, who is doing some amazing work in response.
We're doing things for small businesses. We're giving out loans for small businesses.
And so I think it's very important that we have leaders who feel
I cannot tell you, we're calling 20, 30, 40
this
members.
crisis in our community. We've been working to address it.
Rainier Avenue Radio, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
DJ Dirty John.
Karen Z with Rainier Avenue Radio.
Searching for cool. RainierAvenueRadio.world. RainierAvenueRadio.world. We got you covered. Local impact, global presence.
We broadcast. Welcome to RainierAvenueRadio.world and our weekly coverage of the impact of communities. Continuation of our series. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us again here. And then again, now we are aware of the fact that we are and more folks listening to that.
You're listening to RainierAvenueRadio.world.
Hey, Buford, why are you kicking that old CD player?
Because I can't hear the radio.
Can't hear the radio? Let me help you.
Hey, you two, quit beating up that outdated audio equipment. You can't hear the radio on a CD player.
You can.
No, you can't, you adorable simpletons. But you can hear some great radio on the Rainier Avenue Radio app. It's brand new, it's free, and it's available for Android and iPhone. In fact, you can download the Rainier Avenue Radio app right now from the Google Play Store or the iPhone App Store.
I'm going to go get me a smartphone right now.
I'm just going to put a graduation cap on my rotary phone. You two have very significant personal issues. Get the Rainier Avenue Radio.world app today.
What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Queen Bree, inviting you to come join me on Clean Greens Living. Broadcasted Tuesdays, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. On Clean Greens Living, we talk farming, community, and ways to being healthy. So come join me and let's discuss ways to create a healthier you and a healthier community.
If you or a family member are 55 or over and need nursing home level care, but want to keep living where you are, check out Providence Elder Place PACE. This program offers healthcare, housing, transportation, and recreational activities. There are no co-pays or deductibles, and it's covered through Medicare and Medicaid. Providence Elder Place PACE works to keep you healthy and in your home. Call 206-320-5325 or visit providence.org Elder Place. Providence.org Elder Place.
What's on your heart? Are you exhausted at the lack of progress for people of color in business, politics, and life? This is Cindy Bright, the host of Heartbeat Radio. Each week, we explore this heart condition of the country that is affecting you and me. We have real conversations about what's necessary for change. It's time to change this dialogue. Will you join this Heartbeat weekly, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio?
Mga kaibigan, ito po si Kuya Bert Kawili.
And this is Miles Salvador from Australia.
And I'm Norb Kawili, also known as Norbcam.
Kung gusto niyo po ang latest news and events from the Philippines at the local Filipino community, PhilAm Radio po.
We play Filipino music and interview guests from all around the world.
And I'll keep you updated on the latest Seahawks and sports news.
Kaya always tune in. PhilAm Radio every Tuesday, 1 to 2:30 p.m. Pacific Time on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
And in YouTube and Facebook. Salamat po.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not driving my sweet AMC Pacer through the car wash, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. You missed a spot. This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not explaining to my intern exactly what R&B is, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
All of us have struggled through the COVID-19 pandemic, and many of our communities have been particularly hard hit. Some things definitely need to change, but a few things should stay the same, like protecting your child from serious diseases you can prevent now. Preventable diseases like measles, mumps, and whooping cough. Is camp, childcare, or in-person school on your family's agenda? Give your child a healthy and safe summer and school year by making sure they're up to date on vaccinations and well child visits. You have the power to protect. Call your healthcare provider to find out what vaccinations your child is due for and make an appointment today. If you need help finding a provider, visit parenthelp123.org or call the Help Me Grow Washington hotline at 1-800-322-2588. And here we go to start the second half. Rainier Avenue Radio.world. It's me, Tony B, and Yasutaki the Younger. Mike on your commentary and analysis. After the kickoff, the ball is at just shy of the 30-yard line for Spanaway Park, who received the ball in the second half. They won the toss and deferred. Inside handoff to Clemens. And Clemens is met at the line of scrimmage to start the second half.
You know, come to think of it, when you're spreading out receivers like that and you're still running inside, why don't you just bring in a tight end, a second tight end, gives you better blocking percentage. You have an opportunity to open things up. But when you spread everybody out and you run inside, you could utilize that second blocker. The tight end. Now they're running slot left, trips right, which is a spread formation.
Dempsey James with Clemens in motion, hands the ball off inside to Clemens. He's got a hole. Clemens is still on his feet. Drops the football. Well, it wasn't dropped. He was hit, but he let it go. Spit it out. Eastside Catholic recovers. And, Mike, this is deja vu all over again.
Very, very unfortunate. That's not how you want to start the third quarter. Man, that would have been a good game. They would have gotten some momentum. Now that's a momentum killer right there. Let's see how Spanaway Lake can rally from this. They can hold them to, if they can get them out on downs, that's a win.
Darian Clemens loses the ball. Spanaway Lake. If I've been saying Spanaway Park, I apologize. Spanaway Lake. And the inside handoff to Uribe. And that'll be a short pickup. But, oh, boy, if you are a Spanaway Lake fan and you saw Clemens break through the line, and then your hopes were dashed when he dropped the ball. 15-0.
Slot left.
Eastside Catholic with the ball. Malcolm here looks to the left side. They've got the screen set up for Uribe. You mentioned he catches the ball a lot. And they've got him surrounded, and that again will be a short game. So the Spanaway Lake defense quickly back on the field.
Yep. Rallied to the ball. Looks like Wagner is limping a little bit. Josiah Wagner. They react to that play pretty well. He didn't get up the field, but that's one of their leading receivers, Mason Uribe, coming out of the backfield.
So third down, and again, about 6.5. Eastside Catholic has been successful in these situations with the pass. McAleer drops back, looks down the center of the field. Ball is tipped and knocked away. There's a flag on the play, though, at about the 42-yard line in the backfield of Spanaway Lake. Referees are conferring. Got a Spanaway Lake player with his hands on his helmet, possibly feeling a little guilty, but we'll see. Big third down play here.
Everything looked clean coming from secondary. I don't know, was it holding? Oh, ineligible downfield.
Ineligible receiver downfield
Right.
for Eastside Catholic. I'd go ahead and decline this.
That looks like the thought.
But I'm not coaching.
They did. They declined it. So
That'll make it fourth down now and about, again, 6.5 to go.
here comes the punt team.
And the punt team does indeed come out.
Right. So, like I said, Tony, they rallied. They stopped them. So that's a good sign for Spanaway Lake.
So after they mark off the penalty, that makes it fourth and about 11.
Oh, there's also loss of down. That's what it was. Ineligible and loss of down. So that's why it's fourth. That's right.
And there's the kick.
Not
Again, a wobbly kick, bouncing back
favorably.
And then taking another spin. And finally at the 29-yard line, that ball will be down, and that's where Spanaway Lake will have the opportunity to take over again.
I imagine they're not going to do anything fancy again. Just give the ball to number 20, Darian Clemens, or run some kind of RPO, run pass option with Dempsey James.
It was a 23-yard punt.
23-yard punt. Wow.
So 9:30 here to go in the third quarter. Spanaway Lake with their second possession of the second half. And then in motion, James fakes the inside handoff. Pass over to the right side is incomplete.
Incomplete pass brings the ball back to the previous point of scrimmage at the 29, where it is now second down, 10 yards to go.
Second and 10 from the 29.
Notice that most of the passes are going to the boundary. Like I said again, why don't they try something down in the curl zone or hook zone?
Dempsey James in the shotgun. James inside handoff and a little running room there, but not too much for Laren Page.
Right.
Pickup of maybe a 3. Not a bad pickup. It looks like they're going to give him almost 5. That'll make it third and about 5 now.
This is a makeable down in yardage, distance.
Third and 5 now for Spanaway Lake. Dempsey James looks downfield. Pass is knocked down, almost intercepted.
Right.
Looking out there for Josiah Wagner. And so Eastside Catholic defense holds. And after those first 15 points in the first quarter, nothing.
Big goose egg.
Now, mistakes have had a lot to do with that.
Penalties. mistakes and drive killers. Fumbling and pitch out.
Both sides.
Everything. Yeah, just drive killers.
And the kick, this one a little better. We'll see how it takes a roll in favor of Eastside Catholic, and that's going to roll another 15 yards, Mike, all the way down to about the 27-yard line of Eastside Catholic. They got the roll.
Let's see what Eastside Catholic is going to be committed to. Pretty much, they haven't sustained anything, Tony, on running the ball or passing. So basically, to me, the playbook's open. Playbook's open. They're not, married to any one particular, concept. Pretty much is open.
Mackel here looks downfield, fires a long pass downfield, and nobody there.
You could use the monitor if you like. I end up using the eyepiece.
So now this kind of dictates what you can do. Second and long, either a short screen pass or swing pass, or like I said, they have this kid Hoffman, number 8866. I just throw it up to him. He's right here on the right-hand side. So the offense is right, defense is left in the slot. He's a big target.
2nd and 10 for Eastside Catholic.
Right. Spanaway's been doing a pretty good job though with that one high safety.
More than willing.
Basically a 3 deep look. Not not very many Eastside Catholic receivers are open, even though they're looking to go vertical. Where they're going to be vulnerable though is over the middle. If the quarterback can read that play, or if they have something dragging that tight end across the middle, or even just slants from the wideouts. But they haven't, like I said, they haven't established anything right now. So pretty much the playbook's wide open.
So Eastside Catholic came out, Mike, and drove the ball down the field on their first possession. A nice mix of running and passing, a couple of third down conversions. Then again, you had the turnovers, but really nothing offensively since then.
Yeah, they're
on 2nd down, inside handoff. Again, breaks 3, still on his feet, a pickup of about 18, 19 yards.
Richie Fatuuli
Aliifua.
Aliifua. Right.
Richie.
Yep. We'll call him Richie. Nice run. That's a change of pace from Mason Uribe.
That'll make it first down now from the 48. Again, the handoff inside to Richie. Fatuuli Aliifua.
Right. That particular formation, Tony, they brought the tight end Wagner as a wing on the left-hand side. So we might see more of that. Now he's going out to the slot on the left. But like I said, that's a big target.
Pickup of 2
right
on the play to make it 2nd and 8 there at the 50-yard line now. Mackel here in the shotgun, looks downfield, throws to the right side, finds a pass, and that pass is broken up. And guess who? Number 8. Wagner, the name we have been mentioning all day.
Yep.
The D1 recruit going to the University of Oklahoma, Josiah Wagner, steps in and breaks up that play, looking like Tariq Woolen, the Seahawks.
Yeah. He has some skills. He has some ball skills. Very impressed.
Another big third down play now for Eastside Catholic. They have shown that they can convert in this situation, but Spanaway Lake has also shown that they can shut them down. And this time a 4-man rush. Nothing up the middle. Might be around that left side, has some room. Stop, pulls it back, fires a pass. Pass is complete on the run. all the way down. That's going to be a pickup of about 28 yards for a first down all the way down to the 22-yard line. I couldn't see who caught that, Mike. Schulte.
Schulte, yeah.
28-yard pass completion to the 22-yard line. First down, 10 to go.
The sun is blinding me in one eye, and I can't see out the other one.
And Wagner tight end in the slot on the right-hand side. There's a running play. There's the
Again, this will be an inside run, and this time Spanaway Lake.
Rallied on that.
Pickup of about a yard. That'll make it second down and 9 to go for the first down, all the way down to about the 12-yard line.
They're putting number 88, the tight end Wagner, in the slot. And I know lining up, they don't match up very well with the secondary. So now he's playing tight end on the right-hand side.
Mackle here fakes handoff, rolls to the right, fires for a target. And again, the pass was tipped.
Right.
So Spanaway Lake getting their hands on a lot of those passes.
They're getting good penetration, like I said, and causing some disruption in the offense. What I'm just surprised at, why aren't they going to their big tight end? He's got a size advantage over any of the cornerbacks.
3rd and 9 now, man in motion.
There he is.
Mackle here rolls to the right side, stop, bottled up, gets away, still on his feet, maybe dragged down, throws the ball, flips it, almost intercepted. Whoa. That was risky.
Yeah, that was a Marcus Mariota play. You don't want to do that.
And Darius Hawkins almost had the interception.
Right. You never want to do that. You never want to do that. Just eat it.
Mackle here was being spun around, and before he hit the ground, tried to flip it out to the right side, where you had a combination of players there, both Spanaway Lake players, and Eastside Catholic players. And
right.
That was risky. So the field clock's still running. Now they're going to reset it. And I think that they will try the field goal now. So that'll be a 38-yard field goal for Eastside Catholic. Adam Jacobs. Jake Tiriakiaglu holding. Jake Tiriakiaglu, also quarterback. And if you are Jake's friend, relative, or parent, I tried the best that I could not to tear that name up.
Oh, they moved the ball back?
Well, I know they reset the clock and there wasn't a timeout, so maybe they're tacking on an additional penalty or
Illegal participation?
That's about 10
or
yards. So,
ineligible.
well, I think that effectively takes them out of field goal range.
Oh, they call that intentional grounding.
Oh, they changed that call to intentional grounding. Well, there were certainly Eastside Catholic players in the vicinity, however.
Eligible, looked like they were eligible players, but I don't know how that's called. Maybe because they were behind the line of scrimmage when you get rid of it.
Well, instead of the field goal, now they're in punt formation, at least in punt formation. Spanaway Lake player down on the 5-yard line. There's the kick. Goes straight to him on the 4. Goes to the right side. Has a little room. Has a wall in front of him up to the 25. Up to the 30. Has a lane to the 40. Hauled down at the 47-yard line. Nice return. And guess who?
Yep, Josiah Wagner.
Josiah Wagner on the return.
Yep.
A return of about 43 yards all the way up to the 47. So Josiah Wagner doing everything he can, offensively, defensively, on special teams. We mentioned he was a D1 recruit going to the University of Oklahoma. But Eastside Catholic still on top, 15-0 with 7:01 here to go in the third quarter.
Yeah. Wagner's lined up in the backfield, split backs. The pistol. He's got the ball.
And the handoff goes to Wagner. Wagner swarmed.
Not much there. Now penalty. This is after the whistle, after the play.
Mally Noonog on the stop, along with a couple of other Eastside Catholic players, and there's a flag down. And we'll
Dead ball, personal foul, Eastside Catholic. They make a good stop, and then they get a 15-yard penalty.
And again, the big ticket, that's 15 yards.
Right.
And that will get the ball all the way down to the 37-yard line of Eastside Catholic. So Spanaway Lake again threatening. The Eastside Catholic defense has been up to the task whenever Spanaway Park has ventured into their territory, but another 1st and 10 shot for Spanaway Park with 6:49 here to go in the third quarter.
Again, you know, you keep making these mistakes and you keep Spanaway Lake around, anything could happen. They got a whole nother quarter to go. Momentum could change, breaks here and there. You know, and Spanaway Lake hasn't given up. They're still trying to make something happen. So you have to give them credit. There's Wagner in the backfield.
Wagner in the Wildcat, some room maybe if he can get around the edge, and does. 10-yard gain, first down, punishes the defender who tries to stop him.
That was a stick.
Like, I pity the fool who gets in front of me trying to run around this end.
Yeah, he kind of reminded me of that Conestoga wagon that they pull at Oklahoma. He just barreled over the guy.
And that'll be a pickup of about 12 and a first down now, all the way down to the 27-yard line. Well, they're going to give him 10, but it's enough for the first down. Dempsey James, or no, again, Wagner in the backfield. Wagner on the Wildcat. This time keeps it, goes up the middle. He'll pick up 3. Again, positive yardage.
One thing that Eastside Catholic has to be aware of, Wagner in the first half, he threw a pass, so he can throw a pass. So they have to watch out for that.
2nd and a long 7.
He's coming split left.
And this time Wagner, as you mentioned, splits out to the far side on the left. Dempsey James in the shotgun. Again, that 4-receiver set to the left. 1 to the right, short side of the field. Dempsey James looks, fires up a pass into the end zone. And that's incomplete. And was it actually knocked away?
Yeah, it looked like the defender got a hand in at the last second. He was momentarily open. Dempsey made a little pump fake, a little hesitation move. I don't see number 20, Darian Clemens. I wonder if something's wrong with him. He hasn't been in this series yet.
LaRon Page, 5'8", 160-pound sophomore in the backfield with Dempsey James. Page gets the ball, runs it up inside for a couple yards, and then Scrum still on his feet. Forward progress will give him a pickup of about 2. Now the yard marker says fourth, but so James in the backfield, LaRon Page in the backfield with him. Dempsey James, look, can't find anybody. Moves over to the left side, got some room in front of him, might get the first down, picks up the first down, and shoved out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So, again, Dempsey James finds a way to get it done, and Spanaway Lake keeps this drive alive, Mike.
Yep. It was a good job on his part not to get sacked. He was looking for something over the middle. I don't know if it was a crossing route, somebody dragging into the end zone or just in front of it, but they didn't get open there. They weren't cleared enough.
Dempsey James again in the backfield, fires a pass that's intercepted. Oh, did not see the Eastside Catholic player there. Stepped in front of that pass.
Number 13.
And intercepted it. Yes, that was number 13, and I don't see a number 13 on the roster here. That's why he was able to intercept that pass. No one sees him.
Right.
Number 13, whoever number 13 is.
Just call him Joe. Joe made the interception. That was a bad read on Dempsey James' part. He was late with that throw, too.
And so once again, the Eastside Catholic defense rises to the occasion with the interception, another turnover. Eastside Catholic now with the ball on their own 9, handoff inside. Mason Ruby trying to get around the right side, a pickup of about 6 yards. Oh, they're going to say 5. Pickup of 5 over the right side before being knocked out of bounds.
Eastside Catholic people were wanting a penalty for that late hit out of bounds, but the young man that Spanaway Lake, he was already in motion. He can't stop like, it's not like a photograph where he can stop himself. So that was unfortunate, but no, I don't think the referees thought that was worthy.
2nd and 5 now, 2 backs in the backfield for McElhere. McElhere keeps it, screen pass over to the left side. Uribe around the corner, and there's a flag down, and I think they've got enough for the first down, but what's this flag?
Holding on the outside.
Mike says holding.
That's one of their pet plays, Tony. They bring Uribe out into the flat. And like I said, he has a 70-yard long run and catch and run earlier in the season. So he's capable.
So they're going to mark that 10 yards from the point of the foul.
Right. Again, like I said, they're the reason why Spanaway Lake is still in this game, although I have to say Spanaway Lake is still playing hard. They're still trying to bring it.
2nd and 9 now for Eastside Catholic. McElhere, 2 backs in the backfield. Second back gets the ball, and Spanaway Lake is all over it.
Good defense. That's coming from the linebacker.
Good hard tackle, and then says, here, let me help you up after knocking you down.
Yeah, that was sportsmanship. It was Zion Robinson, Spanaway Lake.
And Zion Robinson, also D1, going to Eastern Washington. 3rd and 10 now for McElhere. Nobody in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. McElhere in the shotgun all by himself. They rush 4. McElhere splits the defense and hit. Nice recovery there. Hit in the backfield. Looked like he might have some room.
Good recovery. You got to give credit. You got to give kudos to that.
And then
they're scrappy.
Connor Flynn.
Yeah. They should get some pretty good. They should get good field position here. The kicking game, from what I've seen, what we've seen, is not as effective. Their punt team. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a very short shank kick.
Eastside Catholic kicks out of the end zone. Kind of a line drive kick, takes a bounce, grabbed by Wagner. Wagner on wiggling, squiggling, trying to find some room. Probably should have turned it upfield, but now we'll have a late flag.
Face mask, maybe.
Wagner at about the 37, 38-yard line.
2:26 in this quarter.
We'll see what the
Waved off.
And they wave off the flag.
Right.
And so once again, Spanaway Lake with excellent field position, ball at the 37-yard line of Eastside Catholic.
Tony, they score here, it's going to be a new game. If they're able to score here.
Dempsey James.
Keeper.
Manages to spin and get a couple yards out of that. Positive yards, maybe pick up a 4, maybe 5.
I've been looking on the sideline. I don't see Darian Clements at all.
And that would be a big loss for Spanaway Lake.
That's unfortunate, yeah, if it is.
Wagner gets the ball on the end around, might have a little room, does have some room, picks up the first down, and more, a pickup of
another flag.
About 10.
Penalty. Holding on the offense.
And again, another penalty. Another momentum killer. And instead of first down at about the 22-yard line, it'll be second down from the 40. 13 yards to go. Dempsey with the pitch to Wagner. Wagner picks up about 5-6 yards. That'll make it a bit more manageable third down. And about 6 to go for the first, 6.5. Ball is at the 33-yard line of Eastside Catholic.
Wagner still in the backfield.
With those green shoes on. And guess what?
Illegal procedure. Oh, delay of game.
So again, you make it into a manageable third down, and now you're all the way backed up again to third and about 12.
Mistakes.
And that has been the story of this game for both teams. However, Eastside Catholic holds the lead 15-0. 24 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Crusaders on top of the Sentinels.
I imagine whatever they get on this, they'll probably go for it on fourth.
You are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. We are at Leon H. Brigham Field Memorial Stadium in the shadow of the Space Needle, the sun shining down bright on us. A beautiful day for football, shading the field, almost covered now in shade. Dempsey James in the shotgun. James looks downfield, drops back, rolls to the left side, under pressure, finally fires the pass away. That's going to be out of bounds and incomplete. This is Gerald Cotman. Attempted to get the pass to Gerald Cotman. That'll bring up fourth down and again 11 or so yards to go. And Mike Dempsey James is still on the field. 10 seconds on the shot on the field clock, game field clock. 6 seconds on the field clock. They're going to have to do something. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's at 0. Did they get the timeout called? I think they got the timeout called.
They called it.
Well, it is a closed game. You're on their side of the field. It's fourth down. You need 11 and a half. Probably not a bad use of a timeout. Down at Bellis, what do we got going?
A lot is going. And as we look at the second half of the bracket, 2 games currently in progress. It was a interesting first quarter between Lincoln and Monroe. Monroe actually grabbed first blood, missing the extra point. Lincoln answered. Monroe got a safety, was about 8-7 lead, but it has been 3 consecutive scores by Lincoln ever since. Now it is 22-8 with about 2 minutes left in the half there. And a different story for top-seeded Yelm, as everyone expected. It has been all Yelm, 30-0 over Southridge with seconds left in their half.
All right, back to live action here. Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Fourth down. 4 receivers to the left for Spanaway Lake. Dempsey James in the shotgun. They rush 3. James scrambles around. James is going to be caught in the backfield. Ball is fumbled and picked up by a lineman. And number 58 is now in the books for positive yards. But that'll be a turnover on downs for Spanaway Lake. So again, Mike, the Eastside Catholic defense turns Spanaway Lake away.
Yep, they rallied again like that. He doesn't have any time to throw, and I don't know what they were trying to develop there. But that's a dream for every lineman to get a fumble and try and run it wherever you can go with it. But I'm kind of bothered. I haven't seen number 20 on the sideline either. I don't know if he's in street clothes or what. But he's obviously not in this game.
Eastside Catholic with the ball on their own 39. Mackel here rolls to the right side. Is going to throw that pass out of bounds and away. 11 seconds left here in the third quarter.
I have to give credit to the front for Spanaway Lake. I haven't seen them blitzing, and they're doing it with just a front 4. But they are putting pressure on Mackel here.
Second and 10 now for Eastside Catholic. Mackel here gets the snap, hands the ball up inside to Richie. Richie head gets about 3-4 yards, and
that's about it. Quarter.
Richie fought to Ali Ifua. And that'll do it. 0-0 on the clock. After 3 quarters of Washington State Interscholastic Activities Association State Championship playoff of football, we are still Eastside Catholic 15, Spanaway Lake 0. The same score we were at the end of the first quarter, and we'll take it back to Mr. Daniel Bellis.
Yes, sir. As we Bellevue earlier on today, wrapping up their victory over Meade easily 41-10. They move on. They will be in the round of 8, playing on either Friday or Saturday, 18th or the 19th of November. They await the winner of Lincoln versus Monroe, which is handily still for the Lincoln Abes, the undefeated Lincoln Abes, 29-8 here in the second quarter with about 2 minutes left there. Yelm is easily pitching a shutout over Southridge over there in the Mid-Columbia Conference, 30-0 right now, as they are just mere seconds away from the end of the first half. They will play the winner of our second game on Rainier Ave, Beach versus Kennewick.
All right, Eastside Catholic now. Mackle here drops back, drifts to the left side of the field, decides to tuck it and run, picks up the first down. Nice play there.
Yeah, good decision on his part. I mean, they have a lead, even though it's not beyond reach, but don't take a chance, create a turnover. Number 50 for Spanaway.
Number 50, that's big. TJ.
Yeah, TJ.
Fiame.
Fiame.
6'2" senior, 276 pounds. One of their key defensive players. I don't think they'll keep him out for long, but he has to go off the field for at least one play.
Pistol formation with trips right.
Mackle here fakes the screen to the right side, fires the ball downfield, has a player down there, pass is caught, and that's all the way down to the 22-yard line. LeRon Page makes the stop, but not after a pickup of about 23 yards.
That was Jaden Reyes. He's one of their top receivers. Jaden Reyes, a junior, 5'10", 160. Everybody's 160 here.
So Reyes on the reception.
Right. Slot. He's in the slot. Pistol.
Inside handoff. And Richie gets the ball again. Pickup of about 2, maybe 3. 2.
They're going tempo.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Eastside Catholic.
Here comes, they're faking looks like a blitz. They got 88 Hoffman in the slot on the left-hand side. It's trips left.
Mackle here with the snap, looks downfield to the right side, has a player there. Nice catch, but drops the ball. Had the ball in his hands, would have been a nice catch, had to spin back to the outside shoulder to grab it, but dropped the ball. Nice coverage there, but that was about the only place that Mackle here could put the ball.
Yeah, it was a back shoulder throw, but he just lost control. The defender was right there with him, so that was good coverage.
And we've got a flag on the field.
Is this unsportsmanlike? Taunting?
Wagner was over there for Eastside Catholic.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike. Oh. Spanaway Lake. It's first down. Or are they having a conference?
So they'll mark that off. I didn't hear them say who the player was, but Wagner was over there. Either way, it results in a first down at about the 11-yard line of Spanaway Lake. So Eastside Catholic 11 for the score or first down at the 1 yard line.
Look at their strong left.
45 seconds left, or just 10:45 here to go in the fourth quarter. I'm sorry, Mike.
No, I was just saying that slot
Snap
left.
is high, handed off inside, still on his feet. Pickup of about two, maybe.
Good job of reading that play and shutting it down. I'd watch for number 88, this young man, Hoffman. He's on the right-hand side, tight end. Pistol formation, they've got split receivers on both sides, left and right.
Mackel here.
Shifted back
Richie
around.
behind him, hands the ball to Richie.
Not much.
And a pickup of, again, maybe a yard. And I think they almost just back to the line of scrimmage. Richie fought to Ali Ifua.
That didn't go very well. I could hear some of the Eastside Catholic fans yelling to the coach, open it up. You got the Hoffman, 6'6" tight end on the right-hand side in the slot. You got double receivers on the left.
3rd and 9, 8 seconds on the field clock. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 2. They get the snap off. Mackel here looks to the left, decides to keep it. Still on his feet at the 5, might get into the end zone. Touchdown. Mackel here decides to keep it, looks to his left, sees a little room on the right side, takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. Brady Mackel here.
That was a good read on his part. And he had just enough room to get into the end zone.
And that'll put Eastside Catholic in front now, 21-0. The Metro League champs over second place Pierce County League, Spanaway Lake. Just too many mistakes from Spanaway Lake in order for them to compete with this Eastside Catholic Crusader team. There's a snap, the hold is down, the kick is up, the kick is good.
Yeah, you certainly don't need to give the other team any advantage, but that penalty down there, unsportsmanlike, that's basically the touchdown was a result of that.
$22-0 now. Eastside Catholic on, again, this beautiful sunny day. The field is also almost completely shaded now. Just one streak of sun left coming through. And I am going to, as the sun sets in the next 15 or 20 minutes or so, Mike, I am going to miss bathing in these sun rays on this autumn day. It's a beautiful day.
Beautiful day. Blue sky, high sky. My gosh. Space Needle in all its grandeur. Well.
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
John, I thought that was I'm Number One, but I guess he was.
Well, they got 9 minutes and 40 seconds, so Spanaway Lake's going to have to open it up. I mean, and then they don't have number 20, Darian Clemens, so.
Jay Yeezy watching the game with us. He'll be here with me for Rainier Beach versus Kennewick. Better be careful. That ball does not go into the end zone, and the Spanaway Lake player tackled at about the 2-yard line, thought it was going to bounce and go into the end zone. It did not, bounce straight up and then decided to plop and wasn't looking for a while, but then was able to retrieve it, pick it up, and by that time, Eastside Catholic players had him tracked down.
Special teams, again, special team mistake, and put you in the hole. And if Eastside Catholic plays just base defense, they should be able to get the ball fairly good field position.
9:38 left here to go in the game. Down 22-0. Spanaway Lake Sentinels take over on their own 2-yard line.
You got to be careful down here. You got to be careful.
So there's a pass complete, and that'll get it up to about the 5. That'll be a gain of about a yard. And here comes the band, the Rainier Beach Viking Band. And Dempsey James barely gets the ball out of the end zone.
I think he lost the yard.
Definitely lost the yard. And the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, he lost. Yeah.
No, lost about 3 yards.
Yeah.
That'll take all the way back to the 2. And so
yeah,
it'll be 3rd and almost 11.5 to go now. Spanaway Lake backed up. Down 22-0. Mistakes, penalties, not a winning formula. Dempsey James rolls out to the side, finds a receiver, tries to make a move.
Oh.
Again, hauled down by Eastside Catholic.
Gives them a little bit of room to punt. That's about it. That's about all that play was good for.
Covered well on that play, reception by Tanner Condon.
Right.
So 4th down now, ball on the 12-yard line, and Spanaway Lake gonna punt it away.
Let me ask you, Tony, do you dare fake a punt and throw the ball?
I guess it depends how they line up. And again, they're selling out. I might try it. I mean, what do you got to lose at this point? Nice punt, though, and almost interfered with. Reception is made.
Could have been a penalty.
Tyson Weaver catches the ball for Eastside Catholic, but he was nudged and bumped.
Yeah, number 2 was looking at the ref because you have to have a 3-step bubble around the receiver. You have to allow him to catch it. Fair caught it. But at this point,
Spanaway Lake avoided disaster by not getting a safety and getting that punt off, but that originally all started when the kickoff by Eastside Catholic bounced at the 1-2 yard line, and the receiver back there thinking it was going to roll into the end zone, and it didn't.
Yeah. You got him.
And took his eye off the ball.
Right.
Eastside Catholic with their ball on the 34-yard line now. Mackel here in trouble, runs to the right side. Nobody over there. I guess he broke the pocket because there were no Eastside Catholic players.
Everybody was headed to the end zone. Nobody came back to help his quarterback out. So he did the best thing, threw it out of bounds, live to play another day.
The closest players for Eastside Catholic are on the sidelines.
Yeah.
That pass.
I thought he was throwing to the cameraman with the telephoto lens. Like, double. There's
A little
swing
screen pass to Uribe.
Yes.
And again, Uribe, not much going there. Goes for part of positive yardage and sticks his nose up there.
Yeah.
1 or 2 yards.
I have to say that Spanaway Lake has probably scouted that pretty well. They've controlled that pretty well. That flare out of the backfield.
3rd down now and about 8.5 for Eastside Catholic.
We're going trips left.
Mackel here in the shotgun. Steps back. Again, tackled, sacked.
Good defense.
sacked in the backfield for a loss.
Number 17.
Nally Nonog, again, the 5'10", 202-pound freshman, Zyler Nally Nonog. Freshman, just a freshman.
Defensive end, too.
We said his name a couple times. Fourth down now, so the one defense of Spanaway Lake rises to the occasion, and so this punt, a flag is down, and this one does go into the end zone, so that'll be a touchback, but there's a flag down. And the referees will confer.
Spanaway Lake takes over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
I don't see the flag on the field anymore, Mike.
I don't see it either. Sideline warning.
I see the flag now in the hands of somebody from Eastside Catholic.
Looked like what the referee was doing was sideline warning. I don't know.
Okay, never mind.
Sideline warning.
Sideline warning being issued to Spanaway Lake.
Spanaway Lake sideline warning.
Right. Eastside Catholic received one, and Spanaway received one now. So.
First and 10, Spanaway Lake down 22-0. 6:48 here to go in the game.
4 receivers to the right. Spread.
Dempsey James looks back, runs to that left side, under pressure. Going to be thrown down, tried to slip. Big number 77 for Eastside Catholic grabbed him by the back of the jersey and disrespectfully slung him down. That was A.J. Tanupo, the 6'3", 275-pound defensive end, junior from Eastside Catholic.
6'3", 275. He can move. He can move.
That'll be a loss of 5. Back to the 20 now. Dempsey James again, this time looking for some room. Has an open receiver way over the head. It had an open receiver on the sideline there. I believe that was
Laren Page.
Laren Page, yeah, but overthrew him. And Dempsey James says he's got to be seeing Eastside Catholic jerseys in his dreams tonight.
Yes, they're coming from everywhere. And Tony, it's just a 4-man rush, sometimes a 3-man rush. They're not doing any blitzing. They're not doing anything fancy. They're just coming straight up the field. And that's why there's no place for him to throw. Because if you can rush for 3-4 linemen, you have all the coverage.
Third down, 15. Again, running around in the backfield. And falls down, fumbles the ball. Ball's in the end zone. Eastside Catholic ends up with the ball if that's a fumble. And by all intentions, it looks like it is.
I thought he was down.
I thought he might have been down too, but they're not calling it down. They're discussing it now. I thought he hit the ground and the ball came loose.
Right. I think he's asking for the offense. Yeah, he's saying, what, 4th down?
Yep, and the Spanaway Lake offense comes back on the field, as does the Eastside Catholic defense.
He was down.
So that's just going to be down.
4th down.
Down at like the 2-yard line. And
4th down.
Dempsey James kept going back, turning back, and they finally caught him at the 2. was tackled, hit the ground, knees went down, then coughed up the football, but has been carrying that football very loosely all day.
Ground cannot cause a fumble, but you don't want to compound it by not securing the ball. The 5 pressure points, we taught our players there's 5 pressure points.
Watch this snap as the punter's backed up to the end line.
Coach is on the field. Eastside Catholic coach is on the field. Coach is out of the box. He's not supposed to be that on the 10-yard line. That's for sure. I guess they're contesting that should have been a touchdown, but
Well, there is no red flag. There is no replay. There is only the official call of the referees. And right now they are conferring. See Rainier Beach in the end zone of the
scoreboard end zone.
Scoreboard end zone. I was going to say where Eastside Catholic is trying to get to.
Yeah.
And then Kennewick now coming onto the field. Kennewick coming from Eastern Washington. And there's the punt. High punt. Fair catch called at the 29-yard line. So about a 27-yard punt. Once again out of the end zone for Spanaway Lake. And with 5:06 here to go in the game, Eastside Catholic Crusaders 22. Spanaway Lake Sentinels. Did you catch that, Mike?
Yep.
I didn't say anything. 22 to nothing.
Just wanted to mention head coach for Eastside Catholic is Dominic Daste, and the head coach for Spanaway Lake is Cameron Robach.
Mackle here sets up a screen. Ball is bobbled, but caught by number 22 for Eastside Catholic. And I have 2 number 21s, but no number 22. So that will be a reception, but for a loss of about 3 on the play for Eastside Catholic.
Trips right.
And Richie breaks a tackle, but we're going to have play stopped and
Forward progress, I guess they call that.
wow. They called that forward progress?
His feet were still moving. He hadn't stopped. His momentum was still carrying him forward. Right. So that really shouldn't have been called or stopped.
Well, you don't get to say, let's pick it up where we left off, because
Right.
Richie was trying to run through somebody.
Yeah. And which is what he's supposed to be doing till you hear the whistle blow. And that was a fast whistle. Coach Daste is not very happy. Coach Dominic Daste is not real happy.
Richie Fatu Ali'i Fua. Richie.
Yep. Inadvertent whistle, it's like a dead play. It's basically a dead play. Doesn't matter if he could have ran down the sideline.
So that'll be a repeat of second down. It's like that didn't even happen. McAleer rolls rolls to the right, fires the pass down. Pass is caught on the right sideline, the far sideline from us. Probably a yard or so shy of a first down, and we have a Spanaway Lake player down over there, and that was Brandon Ganashasmurthy on the reception. Brandon Ganashasmurthy. Third and 1.
1 yard to go.
The EMP at one time known as the Experience Hendrix Museum. Now the EMP Experience Music Project, now Mopop. At one time, a museum dedicated exclusively to Jimi Hendrix. There's a snap in the Wildcat. Mason Uribe still on his feet out at about the 10-yard line after a pickup of about 10 for the first down. 2:50 here to go. And Eastside Catholic keeping the ball on the ground, running the clock 22-0. Ball on the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal now.
Timeout, Eastside Catholic.
Timeout on the field. Charge to Eastside Catholic. They're first. Go ahead.
You know, Tony, when you look at the record and the ranking, Eastside Catholic is number 2 and Spanaway Lake is number 15, but Spanaway Lake gave them everything they could handle. Just a couple of bad breaks here and there. This game would be a lot closer, you know. So I credit both coaches, both teams. But yeah, people would thought it was a blowout based on points per game. 40 points a game for Eastside Catholic as opposed to 22 per game for Spanaway. You'd think, oh, wow. But it wasn't necessarily a walkover.
Well, Mike, you called it earlier in the game. I was questioning the difference in the leagues, but you said, hey, these are the stats. And the stats indicated that it would be a close game. And the teams did look very evenly matched, again, except for mistakes.
Turnovers, yes, exactly.
Turnovers.
Yep.
Handoff inside to Richie. Pounds his way down to about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, like I said, total yards. There's about a 14-yard difference. That's nothing, but it's how it's how you execute, and like you said, eliminating mistakes.
Second and goal.
Motion.
Ball is almost fumbled. Mackel here grabs it and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Again, that snap.
Boy, I'll tell you. Third and goal. Huh? The farther you go in this playoff rounds, the fewer and fewer mistakes you're going to have to not make.
Third down now, handoff to the left side. Richie, nobody's going to stop Big Richie from getting into the end zone on that play. And touchdown for Eastside Catholic. 1:07 here left to go in the game. That's going to make it 28-0. Eastside Catholic putting a stamp on this game.
That was wide open on the left side. They brought the tight end in motion, and nobody was there for run support. It's just completely, I could have ran that in.
Adam Jacobs will attempt the extra point kick from the home of Jake Girardi.
Penalty.
Play is stopped by the line judge before he
Offside.
the ball. Penalty flag on
Offside.
the coach. Judge
Let me clarify that. I could have ran that in with the help of a walker or something. That was a little bit of a run there.
I wasn't going to make that statement about me.
Okay. Well, you're young and sprightly, so you know.
Will be trying the extra point from the 3-yard line.
Well,
I can't run anything except my mouth.
Okay. Yeah. I think overall though, if looking back on this for Eastside Catholic, this is a wake up call for them. They can't continue to play like they did today and expect to advance. I mean,
there's a snap, the hold, the kick is good.
Yeah.
The refs confirm that. 29-0 now. Eastside Catholic on top in the game. I would have to say, Mike, that was closer than the score.
right, exactly. Like you said, everybody's gonna look at that and say, "Oh wow, it's a blowout," but not really, not really. Again, I think not having Darian Clemens might have it did affect their offense because they had to use that number 8, the young man that's going to Oklahoma. They had to use him a lot more than I think they wanted to. He is their leading receiver too, so you can't have him catching the ball if he's in the backfield running the offense. So that's unfortunate. I hope the young man, he's only a sophomore, Darian Clemens. I hope it wasn't anything serious.
Rainier Avenue Radio.world. It's me, Tony B. Mike Yasutaki the younger, on your commentary and analysis. Coming up next, the Rainier Beach Vikings matchup against Kennewick. Left-footed kicker boots the ball to about the 10, 5-yard line, up to the 10, the 15, up to the 20. Little room, breaks free up to the 30.
Good return.
Another nice return. There have been bright lights in this game for Spanaway. Some exception plays, just couldn't put it all together.
No. The turnovers that, like you said, it started with that safety, that punt snap over the punter's head. That kind of foretold what might be happening. Then, like you said, successions of turnovers. Could not get their offense going. Could not get anything established.
So with 1 minute and 2 seconds left, Spanaway lines up, looking like they want to try and put some points on the board, rolling to the right side, and again in trouble, goes back to the left side, doesn't really have anybody there, takes off. Dempsey James up to the 10, up to the 41, a pickup of about 10 if they give him everything he stretched for. So it looks like that's going to be a first down. Yes, first down for Spanaway Lake, up to the 41-yard line. Everybody downfield covered.
Right. Eastside Catholic just sitting in a cover 2 zone. And
again, the pressure rolls away to the left side.
This time it was 3 men.
Fires the pass. And again, they're going to say complete. That'll be a pickup of about 3. Dempsey James running the offense here. Spanaway Lake still trying to put points on the board. 2nd down and 8. 44 seconds left in the game. There's a snap. It looks like a little trickeration. Another play. Ball goes back to Dempsey James, and, well, LaRon Page, or excuse me, I don't know what was going on there, Mike. I couldn't tell you.
It's I don't know. Let's just try and make something happen.
Maybe that was Tanner Condon, but they're going to let the clock run out here. So that was the final play of the game. Maybe a little trickeration to try and get a long pass away. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Triple zeros. That's it. The game is over. Eastside Catholic 29 for the Crusaders, 0 for Spanaway Lake, the Sentinels. Eastside Catholic will go on. We'll have Rainier Beach versus Kennewick for you in about 20-25 minutes. We'll get a quick wrap from Mr. Bellis before we say see you later.
Yes, sir. And Eastside Catholic will go on to face the Ferndale Golden Eagles, out Westco champions. So it'll be the Westco champion versus the Metro champion next Friday or Saturday, right? More than likely here at Memorial Stadium. If we broadcast it on Rainier Avenue Radio, you will find out. Follow us on our YouTube and our Facebook accounts on Rainier Avenue Radio. Will be posted there. More than likely on Sunday night or Monday morning. So look for our YouTube or Facebook accounts to find out if we'll be broadcasting that game. And also in progress currently in the 3rd quarter, a couple of blowouts in progress. Lincoln is dominating Monroe after an early tussle between the two. It has been all Lincoln Abes ever since. 29-8 as the Pierce County League champions look like they will more than likely move on and play Bellevue next Friday or Saturday in the round of 8. And Yelm is pitching a shutout over Southridge easily, 37-0 in the 3rd quarter. They will play the winner of our follow-up game right after this one at 4 p.m. or whenever 20 minutes from now, so a little bit after 4 p.m. between Rainier Beach and Kennewick. And more than likely they will play Yelm, as Yelm looks like they are cruising. But when we come back, we'll let you know how those games conclude. Rainier Beach versus Kennewick next on Rainier Avenue Radio. And we'll see you then. Oh, I cannot see this cursor.